Hi everyone, hope you are doing well. Welcome back to my online video classes. This is your Jessica ma'am with a new lesson from your literature book. It's lesson number 2 and the lesson's name is Bringing Up Kari. My dears, here the narrator himself is the author of this lesson, and this Kari is none other than a small baby elephant who was brought up by the author when he was himself a child. So let's see what the lesson talks about. This Kari was given to the author when he was just 5 months old and the author was 9 years old. The author used to stand in his tiptoes to reach the back of this elephant. This baby elephant seemed to remain in the same height nearly for 2 years. So both the author and the elephant grew together, and maybe that is the reason the author was unable to find out how tall he was. So this Kari lived in a pavilion under a thatched roof. Pavilion means a summer house used as a shelter in a park or a large garden, and thatched roof means this is a very old roofing method with dry vegetation such as straw or palm branches layering the vegetation so as to shed water away from the inner roof. So this pavilion stood with the support of thick tree stumps so that it could not fall even if the elephant bumped against the poles. In the second para, it says that the first thing which Kari did was that he saved the life of a boy. And also the author says that Kari did not eat much but only needed 40 pounds of twigs in a day to chew and play with. Twigs means a slender woody shoot growing from a branch or a stem of a tree or shrub. The author used to take him to the river every day for a bath. The elephant used to lie down on the sand while the author rubbed his back with clean sand of the river for around 1 hour. And after this, Kari used to lie in the water for a long time, and when he came out of the water, his skin would shine like an ebony and he would squeal with pleasure when the author rubbed water down his back. Ebony means heavy blackish or very dark brown timber from a mainly tropical tree, and squeal means a long high-pitched cry or noise made by elephants. So, after the bath and all, the author would take him by his ears because it's the easiest way to lead an elephant. Thereafter, the author leaves him on the edge of the jungle and goes to the forest to get some luscious twigs for his dinner. The author says that to get these luscious twigs, one has to have a very sharp hatchet to cut it down. And also it takes almost half an hour to sharpen the hatchet because if a twig is mutilated, this elephant would not touch it. Luscious means tasty and sweet smelling. Hatchet means small axe, and mutilated means torn awkwardly or disfigured. So the author says that it's not an easy job to get those twigs for Kari, as he had to climb all kinds of trees to get the most delicate and tender twigs for him. Kari was fond of young branches of banyan tree, which grows like a cathedral of leaves and branches. Here cathedral means in large quantity. So during a spring day of March month, while the author was gathering some twigs, he heard Kari calling him in the distance. As Kari was very young, his call was more like that of a baby than an elephant. Now the author came down from his tree and ran very fast to the edge of the forest where he had left Kari. But he was not there. He looked all over there but could not find him. And when he went near the edge of the water, he saw something black struggling over its surface. Then it rose higher. Oh, it was the trunk of his elephant. The author thought that Kari was drowning and he felt so helpless because he could not jump into the water to save the elephant, who was almost 400 pounds and higher than the author. After a while, the author saw that the elephant's back was rising above the water. And all of a sudden, when its eye fell on the author, it began to trumpet and struggle towards the shore. Trumpet means here the sound made by the elephants while they are highly stimulated in the situations like when they are excited, lost, angry, playful, or surprised. So, while trumpeting, Kari pulled the author into the water, and as he fell into the stream, he saw a boy lying flat in the bottom of the river. He had not altogether touched the bottom, but was somewhat afloat. Then the author came out to the surface of the water to take his breath, where he saw Kari was standing with his feet planted on the sand bank and his trunk stretched out like a hand, waiting for author's hand. Then the author again dived into the water and pulled the drowning boy to the surface. But being not a good swimmer, he could not swim to the shore, and also the slow currents of water pulled him down. Very sad. So, seeing them getting drifted by the current in the water, Kari, who was already slow and ponderous, suddenly darted into the water like a hawk and went halfway into the water, where the author saw him stretching out his trunk. Ponderous means clumsy because of the weight. Now the author raised his hand to catch it but slipped. The author finds his own self going into the water again. But this time he felt that the water is not that deep. So he doubled his feet and kicked the waterbed and shot upwards like an arrow, even though he was holding the drowning boy in his hand. So when he came out on the surface of the water, he felt some lasso around his neck and he thought some water animal is going to eat him. Lasso means a rope with noose at one end. Then he heard Kari squealing and came to know that it was his trunk around his neck and it was he who pulled both of them ashore. So this is how Kari saved the boys from drowning in the river. So my dears, this was the first part of the lesson. Hope you understood it and enjoyed it as well. Now, let's meet in our next class with the second part of the lesson. Till then, do take care of yourself, stay home and stay safe. Thank you.